we were chatting with Stuart Skinner about kind of the ride he's been on this year, and there have been some pretty intense ups and some, some lows earlier on. Since you've arrived, what would you observe about kind of the way he handles the roller coaster aspect of being a goalie?
I think he handles it very well, and you never suspect that it bothers him when he doesn't play well. Or obviously, he always expects the best out of himself, and he pushes himself in practices and games. But a player that doesn't hold on to things too long, he's able to put it aside and get back to work the next day in practice and rebound. And I've thought he's been very composed and level-headed and performed very well since what I've seen of him. So I've been very impressed with him.
He walked out in front of all of us after a loss and basically said, "I lost the game for the team. That was on me." He sort of owned it. He wasn't being too hard on himself. He was just matter of fact. What do you think when you see a guy that young that's willing to do that?
Well, it says a lot about his character, and he obviously cares a lot, and he's not trying to deflect any blame, which often is the case with young players or any players. And I think his assessment was a little too harsh on himself. I think there was a lot of factors that affected that loss that he came out and said that. But, obviously he wasn't at his best that game, but by no means do I put all the blame on him. But he takes ownership and responsibility for his play. And like I said before, I'm very impressed with the way he handles himself, the way he practices, the way he interacts with teammates, and a very mature professional.
Kris, Ryan McLeod, since going to the wing, obviously scored a lot of goals, but he's went to the net a lot more. Was that a conversation you had with him? And is it hard? It seems so easy to say go to the net, but it's about going to the net and being at the right place and finding the open spot. How do you help guys, become more comfortable going to the net and finding the areas?
Well, yes, I did talk to him about that, but I think there's plenty of coaches that had told him and talked to him about that. And early on, he wasn't scoring goals, but a lot of that had to do with luck. And he wasn't going to go through this whole season with a 0 shooting percentage. Eventually, he was going to have to go in. There's a lot of factors in him getting some more goals. One, winning some more puck battles, spending a little more time on the offensive zone. Obviously, playing at Leon has a huge effect. Just another playmaker setting you up. Fogel's played very well with him, also setting him up. But he also has stopped and been around the net a little bit more and capitalized on his chances. And you can see him having a little more confidence to shoot the puck. I think the other night he had against the Flyers a bad angle shot, which was a good decision, trying to catch the goalie off his post, where I don't think he had the confidence to shoot those pucks before. So, what he's been doing has been good.
What were your instructions for Dylan Holloway going down to the Flyers as a coach? You haven't seen him play, but he hasn't played in 6 weeks. Were there any instructions that I understand they may want to see him at center as opposed to?
No, I don't know Dylan very well. I saw him for, he probably had about 6 minutes of ice time in the one game I coached. I did watch him play the game against Seattle right before I came in here through the pre-scouts, and I didn't see that, and I was impressed. I thought of a young player that's starting to break out. Unfortunately, the injury kind of stalled that for a little bit. I just think right now with the way the team is going, winning 6 in a row and playing quite well and making a difficult decision on who to take out. I think Dylan will be a big part of our team moving forward. I think for him, if we did insert him in the lineup, he's probably playing a very limited role, very sheltered, maybe 6-7 minutes a night. And, is that the best for this young player right now and for our team? So we had to make a decision what was best for the team and him. And I think with him going to play in Bakersfield and playing significant minutes, a significant role, and calling him back up, and then he'll, be in a better position to help us moving forward. And we're looking for ways for our team. Obviously, we're playing very well right now, but we need to play better. We need to get better. Everyone around the NHL is always striving to get better, and if we are stagnant and not pushing ourselves to get better, and then we're going to fall behind. And I think he's a player that can make us better. And I think this is, obviously he's upset or doesn't want to play there. Any player wants to stay in the NHL and contribute right away, but I think it's best for him, and I think it's best for us. No time frame at all. No, we're going to see. We have an idea of when that call-up will be, and we will see him again sometime, but it has not been dictated right now.
What's your philosophy on changing a lineup after a win? Some coaches will do it if they've got guys that have been healthy scratches a lot and they look to get them in. Other coaches, they will not mess with a winning lineup if they don't have to. Where do you come in?
I prefer to keep it the same, unless you are making a significant change. If Connor McDavid's was injured and is available, and we win that night, and he's available the next night, well, we're changing the lineup. We're not staying the same. But I'd like to keep it the same as much as possible. Obviously there's sometimes we have to change it just because of our needs. Is it a positional need, a special teams need, or whatever it is, then you consider it. But as a coach, I like to keep it the same as much as we can.
Sam will have to stay out until you lose the game.
That is, well, unless we need a positional need. If it's a positional need that we have to change something, then we will do that. But, if we need something more on the power play, and we're talking about Sam, or if we needed somebody else for penalty kill, or maybe more physicality or something else, then we'd change it up. But, like I said before, I'd like to keep it as much as possible, or same as possible if things are going well.
What skills competition would you be in when you were a player?
I don't know. I don't think they have any skills for what I would have been competing in. Maybe the accuracy shot. Maybe if I had time and there wasn't somebody checking me, maybe I could have did that.
Apparently there were some good scrap videos out there, though. You got into a couple of pretty gooders.
Well, I don't think there was too many skills competition with fighting. So, I'm not sure. I was pretty limited on that skills department.